Welcome to the bold analysis. On Tuesday evening, I received some message from a Kenyan who is based in Germany and a very good subscriber of this channel. And the point that was raised, and I think what actually she wanted, is that we raise an alarm that the Kenyan women amputee team are stranded in Germany. And so that really, and I can tell you that I know even some of you saw that appeal, and there was an urgent appeal for some food so that our team that was in that Frankfurt airport could get a means. And so I didn't want to rush with that story. I think Mozartbet guys did that story, are the ones that did that story. So even if you check mainstream, better part of Wednesday, if you check Standard, you check Nation, you check the Star, even the mainstream, no one carried that story. No one carried that story. And the reason why we didn't do that story is because, the reason why it was not done by that time is because, you know, we are also, we are citizens of this country. Kenya is supposed to host CHAN competitions and AFCON 2027. So we also don't want what will taint the image of the country's sports fraternity. And what actually, when this information came out, we decided we want to fact check and ask around first before we run with that story, so that we can do a two-sided, a well-balanced story. And our viewers in Germany, or our viewers abroad that have been flying out of the country via different airports. For example, if you're going somewhere, if you're going to Europe, if you go via, probably you go to US and you go via Dubai, or you go to Colombia, you go via Germany, I really want us to, you are really going to be of help in this story. Our women amputee team was playing the inaugural World Cup. Actually, it's the inaugural World Cup in Colombia. They finished position 4. They lost semis to the hosts, Colombia, who actually won that cup. And then they were now playing position 2-3, position 3-4, which they lost, and now they finished position 4. So on their way back from Colombia, they were to come via Frankfurt. And they arrived in Frankfurt yesterday, on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Apparently, the flight they were supposed to connect from Frankfurt to Nairobi was going to be Wednesday, the following day at 11 a.m. So there was a layover there for more than 12 hours. So I want us to follow this story keenly, because a video was then later shared of collections that had been done, and arrangements were done. They got an opportunity, they got the chance to sleep in the lounge, and the mobilization was done, and people gave food. Food was bought, and I want you to watch this video.
Guys, mademo mpata mali ya kulala kwa lounge huku, thanks to Moni and your friends. Tunashukuru sana, at least watamkaka hawajachoka sana, wamepumzika. And then tumepata food anyway. Tumepata food hapa kutoka kwa Mwas. Wacha nirudishe tu. Tumepata food kutoka kwa Mwas. Alafu najua demo kisha kula. Tumepata food hapa kutoka kwa Mwas. Sandwiches, juice, ndizi, apple na maji, na tunashukuru sana. Mazee, hiyo effort mmetuonesha ni poa, tunashukuru sana. Na God wa bless. Sasa mademu hata wakilala watalala wako comfortable na kila kitu itakuwa iko fine. Tunashukuru na God will bless. Moni, thank you. Dodo, shukran sana. Nikidi kama kawa Kibira Massive namba 8 ndo tunapenda au vipi? All of you wale wametusaidia, tunasema ni asante na God will bless. Hawa demo wamefanya country saizi iko proud. Wamekuwa number 4 kwa the first World Cup Women Amputee soka ambayo ilikuwa Colombia. Tunashukuru sana.
So Kenyans in Germany are saying they helped the team. And indeed, this team was stranded. I've been having this story since Wednesday morning, and I decided, no, I want to do this story after the ministry response. So we reached out to the ministry, and Murkomen has dispatched a response I want us to look at here. A statement by the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports on the Kenya women's amputee football team's layover at the Frankfurt airport, Germany. According to the government, they paid the allowances, both for local training and the foreign training, and the standard allowances that are normally given to players when they go out. And he's saying, prior to their departure, the team and officials were paid all their local training expenses as well as competition and travel allowances for the 7 days. You need to understand, this is one thing we've reliably confirmed from this team. What has been called here allowance is a very meager pay. It's very little stipend that cannot sustain them out there. Someone can confirm to me. I saw a video where someone had gone to buy omena in a supermarket in Canada, and that quarter omena ilikuwa naenda $48, which is approximately like 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So guys, if you look at the allowances that players wanapewa haitoshi. That's number one thing from it. So from that video, you can see there is someone with Kenyan flower, with the amevaa hiyo nini ya Kenya, so I believe he's a Kenyan official. Take video and take that video when those ladies are there. Now this is what Murkomen is telling us. I want you, the members of the, I want you viewers to also listen to what Murkomen have said, so that you can make your own judgment on who exactly do you believe and what is it that is not being said here. This is what he's saying. The travel arrangements included the most convenient routing from Colombia to Nairobi via Europe, flying Lufthansa, having departed Colombia on 11th November. The team arrived in Frankfurt at 4 p.m. yesterday with scheduled connection to Nairobi 11 a.m. the next day. Now this is Wednesday. During the 13-hour layover, Lufthansa made special arrangements to accommodate the team in a reserved airport lounge equipped with beds, a rare courtesy that allowed the team to rest comfortably as they awaited their flight. We extend our gratitude to Lufthansa for the care and attention accorded to the team. Those things you've seen there, are those things bad? Is that thing bad? Okay. Because the players are saying, is that bad, surely? Okay. The players are saying that whatever they were given, they're not beds that you can say they're the ones to sleep. In fact, those are just makeshift structures. But what happened? The team was indeed stranded. They got these beds Kenyan time 10 p.m. on Tuesday. 10 p.m. After now, the Kenyans in Germany raised that alarm. And in fact, where was the embassy? This information was going on throughout. And in fact, the person was asking me, I asked, where is the embassy? Where's the German embassy? Why don't you raise the alarm with them? For example, even if you're raising back in Nairobi, we might put it out there. Even if we were going to do this story and put it out on Tuesday night, on Tuesday evening, was it going to help? So indeed they were given. They're given, those loans are within the airport. Now, during the, and there is something I want you to get here. I want you to get this part. The team members did not have Schengen visas, which prevented them from staying in hotels outside the airport. Considering their special needs, provided suitable in-airport accommodation, which was not even extended to the accompanying officials. So officials could not be given because them, amputee women are those ones with the, amputated legs. Contrary to misleading claims circulating online, no complaints were raised by the players, managers, or accompanying ministry officials. Unfortunately, someone abused their privileged access by capturing video content without consent, violating the team's privacy and misrepresenting the situation at abandonment. I want to help Murkomen. If this is what Murkomen wanted to debunk, he just needed to ask one of those ladies, they have phones, to take a video and disown whatever was done there. When this video was, that video that Murkomen is saying was taken against their wish, hawakuwa wamelala. Hawakuwa wamelala. And in fact, the video was to show that things had been mobilized by Kenyans in Germany. Because to what end, what would someone gain by, do you think you can take, watu wakubwa, si wadogo, you can take the videos without consent? Right? Even if Murkomen wants to convince us, does that really make sense? Then he's saying, the team is currently on the way to Nairobi, but there was a problem. The problem was not on the issue of launch. Whatever they were given was a makeshift structure, makeshift beds. They are fine. There is no problem with that because they could not go out to go and get hotel inje. But do you know that officials, then where did, because then they were given beds, where were the officials? Our Kenyan women team was stranded. Hawakuwa na chakula. Waziri, ask them. And they were stranded at the airport for hours until now the whole issue was raised. The moment Kenyans in Germany raised that matter, watu ndio waliwaambia wasaidie wakapata venye watalala. Of course, they did go out. The plan was then to get out and get alternative hotels, but that was not possible. That could not be provided. And they really did the country proud. So, Kenyan women team raised it. The whole thing was all over. Where is the evidence that the ministry was not told? While this matter was raised in social media to the ministry, I'm very sure if an official would have texted or sent an email to someone in Nairobi, they wouldn't have got that help. They would have been ignored. But the moment it was blown in social media, it really triggered, and they got help at the end of the day. So one thing, fact is this. They got a structure. They got beds, makeshift beds within the airport. It's true, but there is a problem. There's a problem of meals. Hawakuwa na pesa. Remember, even now, if you want to, even now, those the delegates who attended COP29 in Baku, they are complaining that next time the organizers of COP30 should include free meals because they're even struggling to get meals. The ladies are saying the food is very expensive. It was very expensive in Colombia. Hata huku, they could not manage. Walikuja, by the time they were arriving in Germany, Frankfurt, they didn't have money. There is a problem. And what the ministry should own up, despite of those travel and arrangements, the allowances are meager, and that is what the players are raising. So I think Murkomen should own up this. It doesn't take anything from him. There was a problem. And at the sports ministry, there are really issues. Recently, there was this MP who was confronting Murkomen, telling Murkomen about how they are running that docket.
Catherine, running a government is not an easy thing, especially when it comes to money. You need to be, and this is money. This is not about anything else. It's about money. And as a country, we have to adopt mechanisms that can give us greater value at once. You have 7 acres. You have other government programs that you want to implement. You can construct a sports academy alone for 50 million. But you can add a social hall, indoor arena for playing maybe boxing and table tennis and other issues in the same place. It is worth waiting for another 2 weeks to have this value at once and maximize the resource that is there at once than to hurry up and have white elephants in the country. It's better when it's something good. And I don't think I'm speaking a language that is strange. This language is of truth.
I just want you to know that anyone who is working in this government and comes here, gives us promises, and deep down their hearts, they know they are lying or buying time. Being a new person in this office, I think we should go with what the PS said and the CEO, or we will impeach them, because we cannot sit here. We go to our villages very excited with all the chiefs and village elders clapping for us. Me being a new member of parliament, how do I go back to the people and say, the new CS came in with the new terms? Because that is what I'm seeing. It is very unfortunate that we are still discussing about this. I thought we were going to be told from this date and this date, things are rolling out. Not cancellations, postponement, new discussions. It's sitting bad. Even as you sit there, I was telling my colleague, the CS is talking too much. Because already I'm seeing it is not progressive. We are now on pause. And yet we had kid play. We were so excited, all of us here. So I don't know what exactly you've been saying. Maybe I'm not understanding because I just blocked. From listening, I blocked my mind. Can somebody talk a language I understand here? Mambo iko karibu kuharibika hapa.
What is the problem? What is the governance problem at the sports docket? Because these instances, these are not new. If you search internet, you will find stories of how national team, there was a time Kenyan team was supposed to play, not even, it was, I think they were supposed to play it somewhere. It's not North African country. They were stranded in an airport for hours. For hours. Until there is a bail that has to come from a phone, something has to be triggered from Nairobi for that team to get that support. The problem at the sports docket is huge. Much as we want to help to contain the image of the sports fraternity, because it is of the interest of the country that we host CHAN and AFCON. But there are things we must fix. The problem has, number one, the personnel picked to run the sport docket. Murkomen is a lawyer. Murkomen did not play football. Yes. There are very learned footballers who maybe they have not managed to play elite football. But they are footballers with degrees, with the competency to run that docket. There are footballers that probably have even played abroad and they have the competency to run the docket. But to choose to take that docket and give to a lawyer, someone who has just been hopping from one docket to the other without the competence. Go to the PS of sports. Hey, alicheza wapi? So they cannot relate with it. Sometimes I like what I see in the UK. Hey. For example, my team Arsenal, sporting director Edu left last week. The list of those who are supposed to take over are all Thomas Ruziski, former sportsman, former player of Arsenal. It is high time we inject the players and stakeholders in that docket, people who have played. Even if you look at, even now there is elections. If you look at the kind of names people are lining up for those positions are not players. It is high time that government stops this abracadabra and put former sports personnel to run that docket. They run it. They easily relate with these problems. They understand that hiyo pesa unapatia players hata kama ni 20,000 haitoshi. I was told them given around 20,000 per day. Hey, hiyo tell us. Player anafaa kwa meal 20,000. Na huko niliona mena kadogo ni 5,000 kadogo. Tell me. The other single problem, the other problem here is we are so much obsessed with politicized sports, in the sense that we want to see giant projects. Do you know, I see President launching Talanta Hela Stadium. The stadium we are building. The same politics of building hospitals without medicine. In the same leadership problem in sports, where we are building stadiums, but we are not looking at the welfare of the sports fraternity, welfare of the players. Because stadiums, mwananchi will see and say, ametujengea. Yes, amewajengea stadium. Lakini players, stadium si sports, sports yetu ni ma players, mazi. The other issue is about the president's shield. Cronies. We put, like, Murkomen is president's pick. So even if we raise our voices on it, how would they move? If it was some developed country, Murkomen will not be in that docket as we speak. Thank you.